So this is our example 4 of combining rational expressions with different denominators. Okay, so, but the difference here is we have 3 fractions to be combined. So there is a way to add this all in one, but that for me that is more complicated and it takes you the same amount of time. So the best method here is just to combine these two first, okay, and put this in standby. And then once we got the answer to this, once we have combined these two, then we will combine it with this. So this will just be in standby. So let us, again, of course, let's just try to put parentheses so we know which belongs to which parenthesis. And then we're going to factor our denominator. So this one is 6 times x, and this one will be 3. Like I said, if you have a repeated factor, then you just have to write it separately like that. Okay. So let's combine these two. Let's look at our common. They have a common factor. Our different denominators have a common factor. They are different, but they have a common factor x. So we can now cover that. X. Oh, I will just use the highlighter, I think. Okay, so this is now in standby, and this one is now in standby, or this, it doesn't matter. So what is left here is 3x, 3 and x. I'm going to multiply this with 3x and 3x here, and this one we will multiply. The one what's left here is 6, so I'm going to multiply that with 6 over 6. I hope by now you get the steps, you understand it. You could also write 3x, that's okay too. And this one will be by 6 over 6, or we can also do that. Okay. So our numerator here will be 21x. Okay, wait. Okay, so let's get our LCD. So that will be 6 times 3 times 2x's. 6 times 3 times 2x's. Maybe we could just write that as 8. Okay, what is... Okay, so I'll just write it as 18x squared. That's okay too. 18x squared. And our limitation here is x cannot be equal to 0. Okay. Oh, since we're adding it with this one here, maybe we better write it as 6 times 3 times x times x. It's okay. I mean, we'll just try it that way. But maybe 18x squared will also be okay. We don't know. So let's just write that as 6 times x times 3 times x. Okay, so that is our least common denominator. Okay, and this is 21x, and this is positive 30. Okay. So we're going to add this one, so that will be... Oh, we cannot combine this because they are different terms. 21x plus 30. But I'll just go ahead and factor out maybe 3. 3 is common, which is good because we have a 3 here also. Okay, so I will factor out 3. That's GCF. You can always simplify your fraction anytime. Okay, so you will not say, oh, I thought we will simplify at the end when we have added this. No, when you see a fraction that could be simplified, simplify it right away. So 3 is common here. So that will just be 7x. If you pull out 3 there, that will be 7x. If you pull out 3, that will be 10. Divided by 6 times x times 3 times x. I could cancel 3 with this 6 or 3 with that 3. Okay, but I will just do the 3 here. Okay. Okay, so our final answer for this part of our simplification will be 7x plus 10. You can put a parenthesis, divided by 6x and x. Okay. So now we have to add this to this one here. Okay, so just be clear with, I know it's a pain to write it all the way repeatedly, but that will make your work clear and complete. So let's just, okay, so now that we're going to combine this, let's put parentheses. Okay. Okay, so now we have to combine these two. Now, because we have added these two or combined these two, and this is our answer, so now we're going to combine it to the third fraction. So again, they have different denominators, and there is no common denominator between these two, no common parentheses. So we'll just go ahead and multiply this with this one here, x plus 1 and x plus 1, and this one with 6xx. Or I could just write 6x squared, come on. Okay, so that's also 6xx or 6x squared. Okay, so now we found our least common denominator, which is 6xx, x plus 1, 6xx, x plus 1. So let's write it as 6x squared, or 6xx is okay too, x plus 1. So the numerator, we have to simplify this, okay? So we have to do FOIL here. So maybe you could pause this video and do FOIL, or do box method. Try to do it. Do not just copy answers if you don't understand. Okay, so stop the video and FOIL this one. Okay, so I hope you have done the work. So that would be 7x squared. I hope you got 17x plus 10, right? Okay, and then you have to add it to these two here, which is 18x squared. Okay, so let's add like terms, these two. On the top, 7x squared combines with 18x squared will give you 25x squared plus 17x plus 10, 6x squared. You could also put a parenthesis there, x plus 1. Or you could write 6xx, x plus 1, that's okay too. So again, pause this video and see if this could be simplified. Maybe there is an x plus 1. This is a bottoms up. Try it. Okay. And maybe there will be an x plus 1 factor there in your bottoms up. So you can still cancel this. So pause this video and try to factor this. See if it is factorable using the bottoms up method. Okay. So I hope you try that and see that there is nothing that will multiply to this. And I hope you try that using the 6 methods. Multiply this, so that will be x squared plus 17x plus 250. Okay, if you do it on the side, x squared plus 17x, 25 times 10 is 250. And see if there are factors of 250 that will add to 17, and you will see none. Okay, so not factorable. I hope you try that and just not take my work as your work. Okay, so this is our final answer. We can put a parenthesis, or we could put a parenthesis here too. It's up to you. So now let's look for our limitations. This x here, when will that be 0? When that is 0. And this x here, when will this parenthesis be 0? When x is -1.